Hey, welcome to Credit Makes Sense with Netiva, the Frugal CrediTnista, where we talk about money, credit, and everything in between. Super excited to be here with you today as we help a partner make sense of some co-signing blues. If you ever co-sign for someone, going through some trials and tribulations, you may want to tune in. For those of you who don't know me, again, I'm Netiva, the Frugal CrediTnista. I own a financial education services firm, M&H Financial Services, in addition to the online financial literacy school, Credit on Fire Academy. We teach our clients and students how to master their money, destroy their debts, and soar their credit scores so they can leverage it to create wealth. Let's get to it. I'd like to read the question verbatim. I'm Netiva. I co-signed for a student loan, and she hasn't made a payment for the last 3 months. The loan is about to go into default. I asked her to remove it from my name, but she is not communicating with me at all. No text messages, no emails, no phone calls. What can I do? Can I sue her to get my name removed from the loan? Well, student loans are like the worst because they don't really have an option for you to go away, if that makes sense. Like with a car, you can get repoed. You know, you co-sign for a house, they can foreclose on a house. But with a student loan, they have some laws in place that really protects them more so than they can protect the individual who took them out, including you. You are now a co-borrower. This is your loan. And that's what co-signing is. I think a lot of people think that they're helping someone out, which you are, but what you're really saying is, this is the bank. You know what? I don't really feel like giving you a loan, but if you can get somebody else with better financials than you, then we can share in the risk of lending you this money. And you're saying, hi, this is my credit, this is my income, and I am equally responsible for this. So can I get on the loan with her, and then we both owe you? That's what you're really saying. So this is your loan. This isn't your friend's loan. This is your loan because you are now the co-signer and the co-borrower. So at this juncture, it's about communicating with the lender and seeing what you can do to pay off your loan since your friend is defaulting. Can you sue her? Absolutely. I have had clients sue people to get back the money invested, in addition to get the loan refinanced out of their name. I have not had an unsuccessful person get who sued to not get a positive result. That doesn't mean that you will get a positive result, but I'm just letting you know nobody has sued and not had a positive result. I did not help them with that lawsuit. I'm not an attorney. But definitely, if you feel you want to sue, go ahead. But this does not mean that, number one, the creditor will then go back and take all the late payments and say, okay, never mind, I'm now going to go after them now. Up until the time that the refinance happens, this is still both of you guys' loan. Even if you sue her, you win, and let's say they say, you know, you have a judgment against her now, she can still file bankruptcy and not have to pay you again. And then this is still your loan because it's still in your name, because she's no longer able to, she financially and credit-wise can't refinance and get this just solely in her name. So at this juncture, I mean, you can sue, and that may force, if she shows up, you guys to get into communication with each other, but it doesn't absolve you or relieve you, even with that lawsuit, to no longer be responsible for this loan. As an example, let's say you have a married couple, they get divorced, they have a house together. Even though the judge may say you are responsible for the house payments, husband, if the wife later has her credit being affected because her husband isn't making the payments, the bank doesn't really care what the judge says. The bank has a contract with both of you guys' names on it, and both of the spouses equally responsible for the debt. The exact same situation here. The student loan is in both of you guys' name. Both of you guys are equally responsible for it. Both of you guys are responsible for paying it. So it's on both of your credit reports because it's both of your debts. So, but yeah, you can sue her. And this is not your friend. This is not your friend, because I know she's ashamed. And that's the number one reason that she's not communicating with you, because she knows you're angry. And that's a very uncomfortable situation to be in, to know that you're responsible for someone else's anger and they went out for a limb for you. Not communicating with you, though, and taking that heat, since it is your responsibility, that lets you know the type of friend that you have here. So I would not use that friend word with her one too often. But yeah, you're both on the hook for the debt. So as far as going after her, go ahead, go for it. Go for it. But that doesn't absolve you from being responsible for your debt, because that's essentially what it is. So if you have any questions for me for the next Credit Makes Sense segment, definitely send them to social@mnhfinancialservices.com, social@mnhfinancialservices.com. I will say, if you are successful, however, with getting her off of the, basically, if she's able to refinance, get you off the loan, you can petition to get the formal late payments removed. it's really going to be a matter of good faith, because up into the time she's refinanced, you are legally, contractually bound to the debt and whatever payments led up to that. You can't kind of fight it with, and this is something that my client did. She was basically like, listen, we're both on this debt, on this loan. You never communicated with me, letting me know that this was going on, even though we are both co-borrowers on here. And then now that she's refinanced, that's basically her argument. Basically, you never communicated with me. You never gave me the option to cure the debt before it became into default. I'm asking, now that it's refinanced and out of my name, I'm asking for these late payments to be removed. Here's you can look at my credit report and see that I've never made a late payment before. So that's kind of what she used. She has stellar credit. And we use that good faith letter. It's called a goodwill letter if you want to Google it. We use that goodwill letter. She emailed it, sent it certified, and she was persistent. And that's how she was able to get the late payments removed off of her credit report just with that. And she did have stellar, like 800 credit when she did that. So try it. If you need help, definitely let me know. There is, for my wealth creators inside of my financial literacy school, Credit on Fire, there are several goodwill letters, including my own personal experience, a video on that inside of the academy. Look it up. If you have any questions, go inside of our community and let me know. Tag me or anybody on the team and let me know. If you have personal questions that you'd like to ask, you can either post them under the video if you want to answer them, or have me answer them live. social@mnhfinancialservices.com, social@mnhfinancialservices.com. You want to chat with us, me and my prosperity team, then I left the link for you to schedule a conversation with us below so that we can help you make sense of some things that's going on with your credit reports. Chat with you soon.